Hello, everyone. I can see so many good evenings already coming in, and I'm so sorry we got late by 5 minutes. Hello, everyone. I can see so. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So I can actually see how many people have joined, and you guys are looking so excited for joining us today for this today's webinar. Let me tell you, we are equally excited to have you all and discuss this particular topic with you. So without further ado, let's get started. So a very warm welcome to all our viewers joining us from across India and around the world. I would also like to take this opportunity to share an exciting update with you all. As many of you know, Biotechnica is growing, and we are delighted to announce that today's webinar is being broadcast simultaneously across our three YouTube channels, Biotechnica, Pharmanica, and Rasainica. And it's only fitting because today's topic is highly relevant across pharmaceutical, chemical, biotechnology, and other life science industries. So, whether you are joining us from Biotechnica, Pharmanica, or Rasainica YouTube channel, a warm welcome to each one of you. We are truly delighted to have you with us and hope you find today's session informative, engaging, and valuable for your career journey. I am Tithi Saha, Category Manager Competitive Exams at Biotechnica, and I will be your host for today's webinar. Today's session is designed especially for life science students, pharmacy graduates, biotechnology professionals, chemistry graduates, freshers, researchers, and anyone who is planning to build a successful career in quality assurance and quality control. Thank you for investing this 1 hour in your future. Let me begin with a very simple question. What comes to your mind when you hear the term QA QC? Many people still imagine someone wearing a lab coat, performing routine testing, filling registers, checking SOPs, and signing documents. But the reality in 2026 is completely different. Quality has become one of the most technology driven functions in pharmaceutical manufacturing, biotechnology, medical devices, diagnostics, food industries, cosmetics, and even emerging fields like cell and gene therapy. Today's quality professionals don't just perform tests, they analyze data. They ensure data integrity. They manage compliance. They work with digital quality system. They investigate deviations. They perform risk assessments. And increasingly, they use smart digital tools to make faster and better quality decisions. This transformation has created tremendous opportunities for skilled professionals not just in India, but across global pharmaceutical and biotech companies. Today's webinar is all about helping you understand exactly how you can become one of those professionals. Before we begin, we would love to know a little bit about you all, that is our audience. So please answer in live chat. So question number one, what is your current status? Okay, like whether you are pursuing your undergraduation now, whether you are a postgraduate, whether you are doing research or like enrolled in a PhD, whether you are a working professional, whether you are a job seeker. Okay, so please let us know in the comment section what is your current status. At the same time, we would like to know, have you ever applied for a QA QC position? Okay, yes, no, planning to apply. So whatever suits you, please answer. So two questions. First, what is your current status? And second, have you ever applied for a QA QC position? Please let us know. So we will be keeping an eye on your response throughout today's session. And so before we actually start, okay, so I'm getting so many comments from you all. Okay, Devananda and yes, currently doing BSc Yatin. Okay, chemistry. All right. Okay. Chitra, you have applied. Okay, not applied yet. Okay, Amisha. All right. Yes, yes. Please keep your answers coming. Okay. So we'll keep an eye throughout today's session for all your responses. So let me quickly walk you through today's exciting agenda. First, we will understand the current QA/QC job market, career growth, opportunities, salary expectations, and skills that global employers are actively searching for. After that, you will witness something very interesting, a live demonstration of how smart digital quality tools can simplify investigations, automate root cause analysis, and generate CAPA workflows. Our expert will be showing all of these things live to you all using computational tools. And finally, we will answer your questions, share success stories, and introduce a structured learning pathway for students who wish to build practical industry ready skills. So make sure you stay with us till the very end because today's session has been designed to give you both career clarity and practical exposure. So before we move ahead, we would also like to thank each one of you once again for taking the time to join us today. As a small token of our appreciation, all attendees will receive a complimentary ebook on the QAQC Career Guide packed with valuable insights to help you better understand career opportunities, essential skills, and industry expectations in QAQC. So we'll be sharing the download link during the webinar. So make sure you stay engaged and join us till the very end to receive your copy. So to begin today's technical session, it is my pleasure to introduce you all to our first expert, Dr. Vaishnavi Babu. Good evening, Vaishnavi ma'am. Yeah, Vaishnavi ma'am,
Good
you're on
evening,
mute.
all.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, all. Happy to be part of Biotechnica and thank you for a warm welcome for the session on the
Yes,
QAQC roles.
yes. So, ma'am, we are very excited to hear from you. But before that, I definitely would like to give an introduction of you to our audience. So, all these attendees with me, I have Dr. Vaishnavi Babu. She is an experienced QAQC professional with extensive industry exposure of 10 plus years and a deep understanding of pharmaceutical quality systems, regulatory expectations, and career development in quality functions. Right now, she is our scientific expert of QAQC and global regulatory affairs at Biotechnica. And today, she will help us understand what the QA/QC career landscape looks like in 2026. How professionals grow from entry level roles to leadership positions, what recruiters actually look for during hiring, and most importantly, how students can differentiate themselves in an increasingly competitive job market. So, everyone, please join me in welcoming Dr. Vaishnavi Babu. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to start my session so that will provide you some insights on the career blueprint. Welcome you all again to Biotechnica platform and for this webinar also. So let us start with the career blueprint and the global job market. What is the current requirement and what is the current QA/QC roles? How the quality roles are being played most importantly in pharmaceuticals, not only in pharmaceuticals. There is various fields, but we are actually moving on to pharmaceuticals. So the objective of this complete thing is you will be learning, help the participant. We are going to help you to understand the quality related career pathway and the salary growth, evolving the global industry expectations, as well as some critical skills to be needed to secure your high paying jobs in coming 2006 and beyond also. Let us go to some career blueprint, how QA/QC roles starts from. So QA intern, it starts from QA intern, QA executive, where QA executive will be having some assisting the senior level, that is QA assistant manager and senior QA manager. From there, senior QA manager, there will be an associate director QA, then director quality and vice president of global quality. This is the quality assurance blueprint for quality assurance department. Well, coming to quality control, you will be joining as a quality control intern, then based upon your performance. It depends upon the pharma, whether it is being, they make you permanent or anything. So it gradually develops with your experience and performance. That is your QC analyst, that will be quality control analyst, senior quality control analyst, quality control supervisor, quality control manager, senior quality control manager, associate director QC, then vice president of quality operations. So both have, I hope you have a view how step by step your career roles will go on when you go on each steps. So let us see the career progression roadmap along with the salary pay scale. And you'll be seeing some major key roles, key responsibilities for QA and QC. So as I told before, so first you will be joining as a trainee. That is an intern for, it will be a period of 0 to 6 months. So after 6 months, you will be an executive. Sometimes based upon maybe in one of the company you might have joined as a trainee and you have wanted to shift over to the other pharmaceutical company or other organization, there will be 0 to 3 years also. They'll consider as a fresher. So you will be an executive. Then 3 to 5 years will be a senior executive, then assistant manager, 5 to 8 years. So it takes time, that level of time, and manager 8 to 12 years. Once you have an experience of 8 years to 12 years, you will be joining as a manager. Then 15 to 18 years as an associate director, along senior associate director 18 to 22 years, and more than 20 years in the field of quality assurance or quality control, there will be, you will be a vice president of the quality. So it takes immense experience and immense knowledge, so critical skills also. So coming to QA responsibilities, the main responsibilities are documentation and SOP review, change control, and importantly are audits. It may be an internal audit, external audit, handling the audits. As the seniority goes, you'll be handling the audits also. Quality management system, global quality systems also. So you can see the approximate salary ranges from 10,000 to 20,000 from training, and it gradually increases to 1 to 3 plus crore for VP. So an executive and senior executive, 10 lakhs per annum. It coming to the salary when compared to India. So in coming things, we'll be going to see the global market also. When coming to QC responsibilities, as a QC analyst, you will be doing sample testing and analysis, method validation and stability. So stability is the major thing. We need to know how testing is. And OOS, that is out of specification, out of trend investigations. So global QC operations. So global quality systems, global QC operations are totally different, and we have a very good career progression in the coming years. So coming to the skills which are required at each step, each stages as a beginner until you reach the, you may, I hope in the webinar whoever joined may become a director, not tomorrow, it takes time, maybe a VP also to one of the organization. So let us see what are the skills required. As a beginner, you must know the GMP, GLP, SOP. GMP is nothing but good manufacturing practices, good laboratory practices, and what are SOPs, standard operating procedures. And major technical skills is you should be an active learner and you should have a very good communication skills so that you can collaborate with the other colleagues, subordinates, and cross functional teams to know more. And coming to the executive and senior executive, you should be able to handle and perform HPLC. HPLC, GC, HPLC, hope you know, high performance liquid chromatography, gas chromatography, dissolution, documentation. Documentation is very main thing in coming to quality. Soft skills are time management. There will be consistent testings will be happening. You'll be coming in different shifts and you'll be it has to be performed immediately because the batches has to be released and it has to go to market. Next, as a senior executive, you can able to handle even perform handle CAPA, deviations, validations, where you should have the main soft skills as problem solving. And an assistant manager level, you should be able to take care of risk assessment or participate in audits and maintain quality management system. And here the technical skills are team management. There might be a team of 7 to 8 members under you, or maybe 3 to 4 members. You should have a good team management and leadership skills from assistant manager, so that when you go to managerial level, so the main skill is you should have a regulatory compliance in touch. You should have an updates on regulatory compliance, and you should maintain the inspection managements now in a periodic manner. And main thing is leadership skills when coming to manager, because you have to take care of assistant managers, senior executives, executive, even the beginner also. And coming to the director level, global regulations and business strategy. That is the main thing skills has to, because he has to manage the complete department. And the main technical skill is decision making, because from the hierarchical only we have a decision making skill. As a VP, he is a corporate governance. You might be having his thing is digital transformation. How I can change the organization into the next level. The main soft skill is executive leadership. Executive leadership level. So he has to maintain about 200 to 300 employees under him. So they may be categorized like director, manager, assistant. So this is the actual skills required for each stage as you grow on. Coming to the basic criteria, you might know what is the basic criteria to as an entry role to the QA and QC. So degree eligibilities are candidates must have a bachelor's or master's degree in one of these fields: pharmacy, B Farm or M Farm; chemistry, BSc or MSc in analytical, organic or general chemistry maybe; and in life sciences, BSc or MSc in masters in microbiology, biochemistry or biotechnology. Engineering, next, BTech or MTech in biotechnology. So these are the degrees eligibility to enter into the QA/QC roles. And some essential skills for an entry levels you must know from now onwards. That is a quality control, which is a lab oriented. This is a lab oriented. HPLC, GC, UV, visual spectroscopy, and pH meters. And practical lab skills, like including if you are a microbiology student, you should be able to handle media preparation. And from biochemistry, chemical analysis, chemical testing, microbial limit testing also. You should able to understand the good laboratory practices, and important thing is instrument calibration. So these are the essential skills for to enter into the quality control system. Quality, as a quality assurance, the skills are process oriented. Actually, this is process oriented. This is not a lab oriented. So here your knowledge should be maintained as it should have standard quality and regulatory frameworks like GMP, that's good manufacturing practices. And since you are process oriented and you'll be maintaining documents, good documentation practices is more important. And you should be able to understand the drug life cycle, including SOP documentation, change control, corrective and preventive actions, and familiarity with the data analysis and quality auditing standards. So these are the essential skills for entry level roles. Let us move on to India versus global career outlook. How it looks, how the QA/QC when compared to our India and other global requirements like US and EU, that is US is United States and European and global other countries. So the initial salary in India it will be 3 to 6 LPA, but when it is USD it is 60,000 to 90,000 per year in dollars. In mid-level, that is 10 to 20 lakhs per annum, but in USD, when it almost 1 million to 140 million per year. And leadership, 40 LPA to 1 crore in India, and it will be exceeding to 3 million per year US dollars in other countries. So major employers I can tell you in India is Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Cipla, Lupin, Aurobindo, Biocon, many more are there. And when coming to it is a global pharmaceutical company, employers, global pharma is Pfizer, Novartis, Roche, Merck, AstraZeneca, GSK, Sanofi, Johnson and Johnson. So the demand in India is high, but when global it is very high, and the growth potential for both quality control and quality assurance are excellent in coming years and from now onwards also. Actually, we're coming to see what global companies are looking for. Preferred candidates profile. They check, ma'am, I'm applying in so many countries. I'm applying for many other companies. They're rejecting. They're not. What they prefer, how they choose the candidates profile. Okay. So the first thing is the person should have a strong understanding of pharmaceutical quality system and hands-on knowledge of QA and QC processes. And the profile should have a familiarity with US FDA, EMA, MHRA, WHO, GMP, and ICH. These are regulatory authorities, global regulatory authorities, and you should be able to understand and familiarize with these guidelines. And expertise in data integrity and electronic documentation. Next is the investigation and risk management capabilities, digital literacy and AI readiness, adaptation. Immediately, you should be able to learn and set it. And continuous learning mindset, effective communication, and leadership potential. These are the major requirements how a company, global companies, prefer a candidate's profile. So let us move on to see the how in 2026 shift why US FDA and EMA demand proactive data integrity. How the shift has happened, what is the requirement? So over the past decades, almost 10 years, the regulatory expectations have evolved significantly. Agencies such as US, that is US FDA and European Medicine Agencies, EMA, they no longer focus solely whether pharmaceutical companies comply on GMP. They increasingly assess the organization, prevent the quality issues throughout the data governance, digital quality systems, and a strong culture of data integrity that nobody is doing any data manipulation. They have to maintain truthness, trustworthy documents because we are working for patient safety. So FDA, EMA. Today's inspectors means today's FDA and US FDA, because without regulatory authorities approval, no other drugs can be imported or commercialized in the particular country. So the inspectors, they expect the companies to demonstrate continuous compliance even after the approval of new drug. New drug is being manufactured. Then also continuous complaints are being required where reliable, complete, traceable data support every quality decision throughout the product's life cycle until it is out of the market. Till it is in the market, it is running. So there will be post surveillance marketing will be continuously monitored by the company as well as regulatory bodies. So this is as I told, this is the requirement of the global regulatory guideline authorities. Sorry. So what they require is from reactive to proactive quality. So there was a traditional quality before the past. What they'll do, they correct the errors after they occur. But in modern quality in 2026 and beyond, you should be able to predict and prevent the errors before they occur. This is the proactive approach are being required from current candidates from 2006 and beyond. Coming to paper-based documentation, it was in traditional quality, it was a paper-based documentation, but now it is electronic records and digital workflows. So you should be able to handle electronic records. Manual, there was a manual SOP complaints. Now there is an automated complaints with real-time monitoring. There is also real-time monitoring with the process machines are there in packaging areas, in manufacturing areas. Then periodic audits. Rather than periodic audits are the traditional quality system. Now, continuous inspection readiness, there will be Gemba works. Now and then some other department head will come and walk into the department and they try to check how you are ready with the audit. Then correct in traditional quality, there was a in the past it was corrective actions after deviations, but now in the modern quality system, risk-based prevention using trend analysis whether there will be a risk in coming days. So immediately to be prevented. So in past there was an individual data review, but now it is an enterprise-wide data governance. Governance is maintained by the enterprise of the company system. So moving on to the traditional and let us see the traditional and premium skills, how it was before and what are the requirements of currently playing the role. That is traditional skills. So let us see one by one. There was a traditional skills where SOP writing, documentation, GMP knowledge, batch record review, or routine audits, manual records, laboratory testing, basic complaints, basic Excel. This was the traditional skills being in the past of 10 years back or beyond, before, sorry. When coming to the premium skills, which is currently running is, you should be able to understand the data, main things, data integrity, Alcoa++, then risk-based quality management, CAPA and root cause analysis system, digital quality systems having EQMS, LIMS, MES, and regulatory inspection readiness, electronic batch records. Before it was manual records, now it is electronic batch records. So laboratory testing, data trending and analytics, then basic complaints, change it to computer system validation. You cannot able to manipulate the data in the system. So it is validated. The system will be validated. Then basic Excel, rather than basic Excel, now it is dashboarding, Power BI, quality metrics. The current premium skills are those. These are the skills. I hope the students who are viewing this, it's good to change your skills and update yourself so that you can enter the interview and you can have a very good payroll also. This I could show you some of the major top 20 companies, pharma companies. Yep, the next slide. I'm extremely sorry. I'm facing some issues over here. I hope my screen is visible. Thank you. These are the top 20 pharma companies in India, 2026, where you can have a view on this. Sun Pharma, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, Divi's Laboratories, Lupin, Torrent Pharmaceuticals, Alchem Laboratories, Mankind, Abbott, Zydus, Intas, Arabindo, Biocon, Glenmark, Sanofi, Jubilant Pharmova, MCure, IPCA, Ajanta, and Micro. These are the top 20 pharma companies in India. in the current 2006, and they have a strong legacy with innovative medicines. Coming to the next slide, we have a top 20 biopharma companies. Biopharma, in the sense, they have the sterile biologics. They have the manufacturing system for injections, vaccines also. So this is the top 20 biopharma companies in globally recognized. Lilly, I hope you all would have heard. Pfizer, AbbVie, Johnson and Johnson, Roche, AstraZeneca, Merck, Novartis, Sanofi, Novo Nordisk, Bristol Myers Squibb, GSK, Amgen, Gilead, Takeda, and BI, Bayer, Teva, CSL, Regeneron. These are the top 20 biopharma companies of 2026. So let us see the skill gaps, why 95% of the applicants are not selected. You must know what skill gap is there with, maybe with you, or in maybe you can share this with your friends also. So the first thing is knowledge limited to textbook definitions. First thing is the knowledge. Only you see pharmaceuticals, you read, you rely upon only theoretical knowledge without practical understanding. That is why I insist all the freshers, please join as an intern so that you know the company system, how the policies, how the system is working. Each company differs with their system. Maybe the guidelines are same, the system might differ. So coming to the next thing, second thing is they limit the understanding to real world GMP practices. Lack of hands-on experience in GMP complaints, line clearance, cleaning, sampling. So limited understanding. So it's better to join a company as an intern and get some experience from it rather than going for an high paying roles immediately. It's not possible. Gain some experience. The next thing is inability to review the batch manufacturing records. Struggling to understand and review batch manufacturing records, calculations, reconciliation, critical process data. Why? Because QA are the persons will review the documents. So they should understand what it is. If you are joining as a fresher, you should be able to understand. This inability of batch records review is also one such skill gap. Coming to lack of exposure. Next is lack of exposure to investigations and CAPA. Deviation, investigation, root cause analysis. What's the CAPA plan? There is no practical knowledge of root cause analysis, how it is being done, how they do the investigations, how they perform, or what are the current corrective and preventive actions that the same deviations or error must not occur. So this skill gap, this is why some of the applicants get not selected. Where employees seek this type of skills are should be improved. You should come out of this. Next skill is poor documentation skills. Poor documentation skills where SOP writing, unable to write clearly, inconcise, accurate, and audit ready documents. That means you are not able to write properly. See, writing is very important. Documentation skills are very, very important when coming to QA and QC roles. So you should have a proper, clear, accurate, and audit ready documents. When coming to quality assurance and quality control, it is not an easy fact that it is a growing area, but where you should play a major role in quality ready documents. And my screen is visible.
It's not visible yet, ma'am. Can you please reshare, ma'am?
Yeah.
I would like to tell all the audience, please be patient. We are facing some technical trouble, but simultaneously, ma'am is trying to fix it. And just bear with us. In couple of minutes only, we'll be back. And by the way, ma'am has so far given so many interesting insights into the career of a QA/QC professional, isn't it? So I'm sure that you guys have a lot of things to note down, lot of things to process. Okay, so in fact, let's take this opportunity for all of you there so that you can process the information that ma'am has told you. Okay, so BAM has also clearly told you that how the landscape is changing, how the skill sets which were required 10 years ago no longer is needed, and like they are now considered as very basic ones, and you need to upgrade yourself, right? Yes, over to you, ma'am. You're back.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you all for your patience. And the sixth skill is the limited awareness to global regulatory expectations. So you are unfamiliar with what is US FDA and what is EMA, European, and ICH, International Council of Harmonization, PICS guidelines, inspection expectations. This limited awareness also is a skill gap when coming to this type of roles. And next is coming to minimal experience with the digital quality systems. Now we are in a digitalized technology world where everything has been digitalized. We have AI in picture. We need, as I told, we need many different person, not with only basic requirements. That is EQMS, LIMS, TrackWise, Viva, EBR, that is electronic batch record systems, or digital documentation tools. If you don't have a no exposure on EQMS, LIMS, TrackWise, how you will have the hands-on practice. So this requires a very important thing. I would suggest all the students who are in the freshers, maybe the passed out, please try to take a chance to get into a company and as an intern. So let us see some of the certifications that helps you to accelerate the career growth from all levels. So let us see one by one. So coming to the entry level, if you are in an entry level, you should be knowing the GMP, GLP, GDP. GMP is your good manufacturing practice, good laboratory practice, good documentation practice, data integrity, documentation practices. In the mid-level, you should be able to understand validation, CAPA, root cause analysis, learn Sigma, green belt, Lean Sigma, green belt. It's a very important thing. Now in the mid-level, they are having different projects and internal auditor. There is also a certification for internal auditor, ISO, GMP, and even ASQ. And coming to the senior level or leadership, the person has to complete it is required to accelerate their career growth. Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, project management skills, regulatory affairs, and quality risk management certifications, pharmaceutical quality system certification is required. So this certifications help them to have a good career growth in the accelerate the career growth and even the knowledge also. And let us go to some of the skills how global employers look for in 2026. So this clearly shows you what are the skills required from global employers. I'm saying global pharma companies. Data integrity, electronic quality management system, EQMS, laboratory information, LIMS, manufacturing execution system, that is MES. Now manufacturing has becoming I mean automatically they're using some different systems, robotic systems are being used, and they're checking with AI also, and electronic batch records, computer system validation, artificial intelligence in quality, digital validation, risk based quality management, regulatory inspection readiness, statistical process control, and process analytical technology. So these are some of the important skills how global employers look for from the current candidates. Coming to cross-functional career opportunities. Ma'am, I have joined you. I wanted to join to the next session. Next other department. Oh yes. hopefully you have that possible career transition also. Here this gives you clear thing. If you are in a QA, you can have a possible career transition to regulatory affairs. If you are in QA validation, and you can jump from QA to complaints, QA to pharmacovigilance, and QA to clinical quality assurance. If you are in the role of QC, and there is a possible career transition from QC to analytical R&D, QC to method development, QC to technology transfer, QC to manufacturing science and technology. MSAT is playing a major role here. And if you are having both QA and QC experience, sometimes there will be a shift based upon your experience. Like if you can transfer from QC to QA. In that condition, if you have both experiences, you will be into the part of training and learning development. If you have both QA, QC, you will be the career transition can be a consulting and global quality operations also. So let us see some of the high demand roles which is required in 2026. So these are some of the high demand roles in the current 2026. That is quality assurance specialist, quality system specialist, validation engineer, data integrity specialist, computer system validation engineer, quality risk management specialist, quality complaints manager, digital quality lead, and global quality consultant. Some of the high demand roles which has having high pay role. And let us see emerging roles. What might come in by 2030 so that I can get prepared. So let us see what are the different roles. So these are some of the different roles in top. There are many more are there, but not limited to. These are very top required emerging roles. That is digital quality specialist. Since AI into picture, AI enabled quality analyst, data integrity lead, computer system validation specialist, EQMS administrator, and then global compliance manager, quality analytics manager, regulatory intelligence specialist, continuous process verification lead, pharmaceutical quality excellence manager. So these are the emerging roles by 2020, which has having high pay roles. And if the thing is the major back end experience is QA and QC only. So some of the, let us see, we are coming to the end of the session and end of this, my speaking notes, and I would give some key takeaways. This could help you. So please build a strong foundation from now onwards, having a GMP, GLP, GDP, the first 2 3 years, and as well as the documentation. Then, if you're going to the mid-level expertise, please develop the skills on deviations, CAPA, validation, audits. To gain a managerial experience, have a intact skills on regulatory inspections, quality systems and risk management, mastering the advanced quality technologies like EQMS, LIMS, MES, and AI tools. If you want to have a good leadership skills, please enhance those communications, problem solving, and strategic leadership. So this, I hope this key takeaways will help you to go through all your QA/QC roles, and I wish you all the best, and be good, play an important role in coming pharmaceutical companies wherever you are joining. Thank you for all, and thank you for the session. And there is no secret ingredient to success. Please work hard and grab opportunities, and stay consistent also, and your passion and dedication will fuel your career growth. Thank you so much, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vaishnavi. Your session was incredibly insightful. You have given all our attendees so many informations to process. So I hope all of you have noted down the important things, and I hope everyone who is watching now has a much clear understanding of where the industry is heading, how quality careers are evolving globally as well as in India, and why developing practical skills is becoming, more important than simply knowing theoretical concepts. Thank you, Dr. Vaishnavi, for that. And we will join you again. We will ask you to join again for our QA session.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So all the attendees, one important takeaway that Dr. Vaishnavi's session is this for sure, that companies are no longer hiring candidates only because they know GMP or can define SOPs. That was there maybe 10 or 15 years back. Now they are looking for professionals who can solve quality problems efficiently using modern digital tools. So naturally, the next question becomes, what do these tools actually look like? Can students really learn them? And how are companies using them in their day to day quality operations? So, guys, to find this out, let's move on to our next session. So, our next speaker hardly needs any introduction. We are delighted to welcome Dr. Nilofer Shaikh with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, participants. I hope you guys are enjoying the sessions. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am, and welcome to the session. And we are very delighted that you have joined us. And so, before I hand over the control to you, ma'am, so definitely I would like to introduce Nilofer, ma'am, to you all. Dr. Nilofer holds a PhD in bioinformatics from MIT ADT University and brings extensive expertise in data analytics, artificial intelligence, and computational approaches for life sciences. She has worked extensively with advanced technologies such as AI/ML, Python, R, and multiomics data analysis, applying these tools to solve complex challenges in healthcare and biomedical research. She is also an accomplished researcher with multiple publications in reputed international journals and an Indian patent to her credit. So, in today's session, Dr. Sheikh will demonstrate how modern digital tools can transform QA/QC workflows, from automated root cause analysis to smart CAPA management, and show how the skills are becoming increasingly valuable in today's pharmaceutical and biotechnology industry. And you know what? The best part, you don't have to be a programmer or an IT expert to understand or use these systems. Okay, so get over that mental block. So, this demonstration is designed specifically for students and beginners. So, I encourage everyone to watch carefully because this is exactly the type of practical exposure that makes candidates stand out during interviews. So, over to you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the kind introduction. And I hope, guys, you are all are waiting for the same, right? So now I am going to first walk through all of you with the presentation, okay, so that you will understand basic concept behind how exactly the computational tools and techniques will help you to analyze your quality control data and as well as the quality assurance kind of findings, right? So if you really want to deep dive your research, okay, or else you want to take your career ahead in the field of like quality control or quality assurance, and if you want to upgrade for the same, right? Because if you guys have heard about the previous sessions for the same, in the conclusion part, ma'am have highlighted that the technology is getting upgraded, right? It is going for the digital applications for the same. So any of the domain has not in the back, okay, everybody is leading, right? Irrespective towards any domain you guys are working, you really need to upgrade your skills in the computational approaches. And to do that, so first we need to understand the domain expertise, right? Without domain expertise you can't integrate any kind of approaches, methods for the same. Okay, so what I request and I just recommend to all the participants over there who are actively listening today, and you guys are really thinking that, yeah, I need certain kind of career in future so that I can get landed smoothly, and I want to upgrade the skills for the same. So exactly that is what we are going to walk through in the form of quick presentation, and then I'm going to take you guys towards the practical. Okay, so in the practical you will get an exposure about the two major things. The first is that I'm going to show you a web-based kind of tool, okay, or as the software where you need to install, and then you need to only upload your data sets as a import files. Then you need to see that how this particular softwares will help you to make your raw data or the metadata in the form of more interactive way of analyzing your data sets, and even come up with the proper interpretations by giving certain fantastic visualizations in front of you. Okay, it will be a pure interactive, right? So you can even edit the stuff of data what you require, And then followed with that, I'm also going to show you that how you can take help of the programming language also, so that if you have certain skills and if you are really eager to upgrade your skills in programming, so is there any kind of platforms are available where I can take the raw data of my research interest, and then I can set up a specific roadmap or the pipelines with the help of the programming language, right? So this kind of exposure you are going to have in the next, I think, 15-20 minutes, okay? And then I will just proceed for the same. So I hope all of you are ready and excited for the same, right? So let me know the screen is visible. Quickly, further taking any time, I'm going to share the screen in the form of presentation. Let me know, guys, the screen is visible. um, I don't know, like, yeah, I think so. I will just, yeah, over there. It's visible. The screen is visible. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. Please
Okay.
continue.
Just confirm me, ma'am, that the screen is also moving. The slide is moving, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So yes, guys, welcome all of you. Quickly begin. Okay. So as we have, I have a quick presentation as I mentioned for the today's agenda for the same. QS QC, right? So you guys can pick up certain kind of examples, right? Because quality assurance and quality controls is totally depend on what kind of field you guys are going to take your future opportunities for the same, right? It will totally depend that whatever the type of data you're handling, it's majorly deals with what kind of quality and assurance we need to make a check out, okay, so that once that initial checks are done, so the further kind of investigations pipeline manufacturing kind of data, okay, validation, so that makes a smooth process for the same, right? All of you agree with me, right? So really I need a quick interactive discussions, guys, okay? So whenever you think that, yeah, it's really coming exact as per the discussion, so I really expect your quick reactions for the same, okay? Let me know, guys, over there. So moving ahead with the first quick slide, right, so that we can understand the quality assurance versus quality control. I hope that, and I know that, guys, you all of you know about this term, right? But just to make our flow of discussion in the proper way, okay, and then you can integrate the overall things of our discussion, so we are going to move in this particular flow, right? Definitely I'm not going to spend much time on the presentation. We will try to focus more on the practical stuff, right? So quality assurance, I hope you all of you know that, right? So the major goal of quality assurance is to make your data prevent and detect what kind of quality in the process we need to take place. It's just really assurance, right? We need to take very specific take care over here. Whereas certain kind of activities which leads in the industries kind or the pharmaceutical industry or any kind of industry, when you're looking for the data which contain a quality assurance checkpoints, so SOP is get checked, right? Audits is been done, okay, it might be a weekly audit, month wise audits, right, 6 month audits, so it depends on the industrial large scale process, right? Validations need to be done, or whatever the products are moving ahead, it need to be get validated, right? The proper training of the data need to be done, so that once this overall activities is get checked, then definitely we have a higher chances of getting the quality assurance. All of you are agree with me, right? So the next thing which get lies with respect to the product, because this is a process. If this product we want to get ahead, so it depends on the quality, right? So quality depends on that, how to identify the specific kind of data, like it is related to any kind of expectations what we are looking for, right? So if we are really considering that kind of stuff, so it really depends on the quality checkpoints, and then to get that kind of findings, we need to have the proper testing, okay, we need to have the proper batch curations of our data as well as inspections for the same, and then we need to even screen the different lab testing process, okay? So as we all know that the even though we are working in the lab, right, if you're looking for the specific kind of data to get processed step by step using the proper protocols in the lab, so there are certain kind of techniques, right? Experimental techniques are also getting upgraded. It is going for the high throughput techniques and the tools, right? So even though we need to even take care about like how this lab analysis techniques we need to understand and upgrade our skills, okay? So that is again one thing which I really want you guys to first make your domain expertise, right? So if you have your domain expertise with you, then definitely you can start integrating with any specific approaches and then start deep diving in that particular area, because nowadays and even in future we have that core opportunities for the same, right? I hope you guys are agree with me. Moving towards the next quick slide, which talks about the smart, okay, smart data. Okay, when whatever smart in the sense, like if we are using any kind of technology, techniques, approaches, so ultimately we are working with a smart analysis in that. Okay, we are trying to use that data in the way more corrective and preventive actions to be done. Okay, that is a CAPA. And then if we are looking for RCA, that is a automated root cause analysis. See, if we target this to specific approach or the data, then only there is a chances that you can do your proper audits on your data. Okay, you can release the SOPs for the same that can make a standardizations, and then check it out with respect to the quality assurance, and followed with that the proper quality control can be done for the same, or the checks can be done for the same, right? So in that way, to understand better what exactly this automate RCA is about, it is a AI driven. Okay, so ultimately, a computational approaches have moved one step ahead, where it is taking help of artificial intelligence tools and techniques, where it can help you to diagnose or scan any kind of or abnormalities are there in the data. Okay, so ultimately, the point is that human errors, okay, or the manual curations is totally get upgraded, or is on the sense like it is get avoided. Okay, so upgradations in the sense like rather than working with the manual curations, okay, we are going to take help of the AI driven approaches or the algorithms for the same. Okay, which can scan the entire data, find the what is the correlations in my data sets for the same, so that if I find the any kind of what you can say the gaps or the abnormalities are there in my data, and then it will also highlights me what data points or the features is highly correlating. Means if I'm working with respect to the pH of the data, okay, pH of the sample, and then I want to work with respect to what is a times series analysis. Okay, just take certain kind of example. So pH is affecting or not towards my sample. Okay, so this kind of minute analysis, okay, which factor is really significant for my data and it need to get highly correlate with my findings. So that kind of hidden analysis or as the predictions also been done by the AI. Okay, so that's why we need to take help of the AI, so that we can not only it will help you to scan the abnormalities in the data, but also it will help us to find which are the important data points which are hidden in the massive or the big data. Okay, so that we can look towards that root cause where exactly we need to work on that particular upgrading the things, right? And then we can eliminate the human bias or investigation kind of delays in that. Okay, because manual curations and human errors will be high, right? So to avoid that, to overcome that, moving towards the smarter way or automated way of AI upgradations are even really important. Okay, because every day a huge number of screenings are going on with the data, even we consider with respect to the industrial point of view. So it's really one of the things which we need to work on that, so that if you really want to upgrade your skills, definitely certain kind of opportunities will be awaiting for the same, right? Then talking about the next important thing, that is a smart CAPA. Okay, so smart in the sense why, because it makes your particular intelligence way where it can help you to correct and prevent the data both. Okay, so that kind of actions is get applied in the system automatically. Okay, and it will formulate that how exactly the step by step analysis need to be done, what kind of route workflow we need to design. Okay, what kind of long track term effectiveness matrix need to be get designed. So ultimately the advanced techniques and the tools are helping us to make the entire process automated. That is a one important thing over here. Next thing is that it is also finding the hidden data, which is a challenging or else that can be have any kind of drawbacks, right? So we can find that kind of data which are hidden. The second thing is that using the smart techniques and the approaches, it will help our data to work more automated way. Okay, and then it will formulate to design the entire workflows of the pipeline, so that a quick way of interpretations and the validations can be done without having any kind of time consuming process. Okay, all of you are clear with me, right? So this is all about with respect to the automated system context. Okay, If we just move again one step ahead to understand the overall shift in approaches, that how the traditional approaches versus the AI technology is playing a role. Okay, so to understand better, the thing is that the traditional tools is nothing but which analyze our data, make the documents using the historical events manually, right? So that is how we used to do the traditional thing, right? So in that particular process, we need to have the heavily the human executions, papers we need to call out, right? We need to check it out, the overall SOPs, manual audits need to be done, right? I hope you all of you know that. Whereas I just highlight about the AI driven. So AI driven makes your predictive more accurate and automate both. Okay, accuracy and automations, guys, have a look. These are the two important advantage, you can say that. That's why the AI is getting used in such kind of big data screening, right? Automate and accuracy, if these two things are considered in any kind of approaches, then this will give a huge demand for the data as well as the technology. So in this way, leveraging any kind of ML models also. Yes, guys, we can even move ahead and take help of machine learning based models. Okay, how exactly we can build the models, how exactly we can work with respect to the different sets of data. Okay, IoT data sets. Okay, so it's nothing but kind of the biosensor designing, right? Or else we can look towards the digital twins for kind of diagnosis, or the pharmaceutical data. Okay, or any kind of quality assurance data where the huge screening of the processing is going on in the industry in the loop wise. Okay, so this kind of things we can automate, and we can even look for the accuracy. Sounds perfect to all of you? You got all of you the difference between the traditional and AI things, right? I hope you all of you are clear with me, right? So quickly moving towards the next important slide, which talks about what are the essential tools and platforms I need to no, right? So if that is exactly where the traditional and AI is getting a quick difference, and AI has an accuracy with its automations followed with respect to overcoming the human errors for the same. So I need to really know as a candidate, as a researcher, that how exactly these tools I need to adapt, I need to upgrade. Okay, so the high demanding tools what we have is nothing but the it is the downloadable tools, basically you can say as a softwares also, that is a Power BI and Tableau. Okay, so ultimately this too is highly recommended. Okay, and I don't know like how many of you have used this, but if anybody have tried any kind of trial versions also, I recommend all of you to use that, because these two tools are very good, and it is interactive. Okay, it will help you to make your reports dashboard, entire dashboards you can build for the same. Okay, so if you guys are wondering that what is dashboard, definitely I'm going to show you in the next slide for the same. Okay, so have a look, we can make a drag and drop. Okay, that kind of visuals options are there. Okay, a real-time KPI tracking can be done. Okay, you can execute the overall presentations of your data for the same. Okay, so if you want to present your data, that what exactly my data is all about. Okay, where exactly the data is having any kind of noise. Okay, okay, how exactly I need to overcome that data sets, what kind of important features or the key points I need to highlight, how to represent the data in the form of visualization such as the line chart, bar charts, heat maps, right? So such kind of fantastic things you can do with respect to the dashboards kind of stuff, and that is a Power BI and Tableau. Okay, try to download this is really important. Okay, so if you guys are moving one step ahead, if you're thinking that okay, this kind of dashboards are available, so is there anything where I can even do and I can create such kind of dashboards? Yes, guys, Power BI and Tableau is there. Okay, so one thing also I need to clear over here, that these two tools are commercial. Okay, so if you want a trial version, so 15 days of trial versions they will provide you. Okay, but if you want to again deep dive and use such kind of more features, so you need to be get dependent on that. Okay, so you need to wait if you get any kind of a commercial version for the same, it's good, lucky. Okay, if not, then okay, you need to use only that features which they have provided. But do you think, guys, as a researchers, we need to wait till the any kind of tools is getting free, okay, or else I need to wait till I get a commercial things? Definitely not. Any researchers will never think of waiting. Okay, researcher is all about like curious to all the kind of findings, right? So even though I will be working on any kind of coding kind of stuff, I will be very curious that what will be my results, right? So even we are trying to wait, right? So we can't wait. This is all about the research is all about, right? I hope you all of you are agree with me, right? So this is the things which are going on. So if that is a scenario and it is a real time, so we do have certain kind of opportunities or the platforms available, such as Python programming, right? So Python is giving an open source and free, guys, it's an open source and free environment where you can make your generalized proposed data pipeline towards AI driven machine learning and overall interactive dashboards. Also, I'm going to show you right now in the practical, guys. You will be really amazed to see that yes, we can even do such certain kind of things, right? So ultimately, there are the basic things what we need to do. Okay, because Python and R, these are the two such certain languages are available only for biologists. Okay, so whoever are having zero knowledge of what you can say as a coding, okay, they are very good in biology and they are having uh, interest with respect to the biological data, how exactly the further things can be done with the programming stuff. So if you are guys are wondering with that, so definitely Python and R, these are the two programming language will really help you, right? So basic packages we need to install, like to understand the Python and what exactly we are doing with the data. Okay, pandas and the numpy package will help you to run your numerical data. The name itself tell you numpy, numerical data analysis using Python. Okay, scikit-learn is for machine learning, and biopython, guys, have a look, guys, all of you. Biopython, the packages are designed in a such a way that where you can only work with the biological data sets of your interest. So that's why the name of the package itself given to you is biopython. Okay, just install biopython, all the analysis you can do smoothly without kind of any major challenges of the errors. That is a smooth things what it's done. Okay, the next thing is that R language, as I mentioned, these two languages are highly adapted for the multiomics, genomics data kind of stuff. Okay, so here we today we are talking about the QA/QC, right? So we'll see that how exactly we can do certain kind of quality control and quality analysis by using any pharmaceutical data, manufacturing data, right? Using Power BI as well as Python. Okay, in Power BI, I'm going to show you a small dashboard, guys. Okay, how exactly it is, and then I'm going to show you how Python we can use the pipeline, and then we can even create certain kind of dashboards, and that is more interactive, guys. That is a fantastic thing. Okay, so as I mentioned that R is also programming language, which is again more advanced and open source and totally free, right? So we can use for the data visualizations, genomics data, statistical screening, because R is more about statistical computing. Okay, all of you are clear with the slides so far what we have done quickly? Okay, just give me quick responses, guys. So core tool is that Python. R is the next programming language for statistical computing. Okay, Power BI is a business intelligence where more interactive dashboards, modeling solutions can be made, and Tableau, as I mentioned, where you have more visual analytics can be done. Okay, where you can work with a deep dive with the visual analytics, drag and drop things you can do over here. So I just recommend all of you, just if you want, if you're curious, definitely you just have a quick exposure with that, right? So this is exactly how this dashboards look like, guys. Have a look, all of you, on my screen. Okay, pharmaceutical quality assurance and control dashboard. Okay, right now it is a static because I taken a reference image for your understanding, guys, how exactly the dashboards will be. So in a one shot of the screen, you will have the data. Okay, you will have the understanding about the data, what kind of differences are there, right? So you will have certain kind of beautiful visualization so that you can make a quick track on your data sets for the same, right? So this is one example. One more example about like the quality assurance dashboards, right? Where you will get to know the overall process, what kind of planning, what kind of design developments we can do, is there any kind of testings are remaining, how much the work is done. Can you see, guys? This is really good, right? Okay, so you can even have a project summary, that what it's done, when it's done, how it is started, who is a PI, what is the status on time, right? And what are the overdue tasks are there, right? The average time taken to run every task by every individuals for the same. Guys, have a look, this is very personalized, right? Okay, you can even get to know the overall budgets, right? What kind of risks are there in my data, how exactly I need to overcome. Okay, any kind of planned deadlines are there. Okay, why it got delay. All the things will be in the real time. Okay, so there is no need to have any kind of data which is metadata or as a raw. All the things will be interactive and the live streaming kind of stuff. So if something is there in our hand which is live, right, so it is really good to understand more, right? One more dashboard which talks about the quality assurance and project health dashboards, right? Where you will get to know the approved cases, right? Failed test cases, how much are active, okay? Such certain kind of cost of the projects with the quality checks, okay, with the days, years, month wise, all the things you can get quickly. Okay, so ultimately now demo, right? I hope you all of you are clear with the presentation, right? You got an overview, guys, what exactly I just tried to explain over here. What do you say, guys? All of you are clear, right? So now you are excited quickly to see how exactly these things can be achievable, right? I will take another 10 minutes, guys, maximum, okay, so that we will quickly wrap up within our time durations, okay? And more, if you are interested to understand and deep dive, definitely Biotechnica is only the platform where you can go ahead and register for the same. I think Tithi ma'am will give an overview for the same. So I will just take you guys with a quick demo part so that you will get a glimpse for the same. Okay. So let me know quickly, guys, because I'm just sharing my screen now. As Yeah, I will just share the window itself. I think that will be better. Yeah, you can see the screen, guys. All of you. No, I think I will just share this. No, just share 1 second. Wait.
Ma'am, it came on screen for a moment and then I think you stopped the sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's there.
Yes, yes. Now
Yes.
visible.
Okay. So quickly, one demo part over here, you guys can see, right? So this dashboard, what you can see on my screen, right? So it is built by Power BI. Okay. Ultimately, Power BI is a one kind of tool. So you need to manually download that, right? And as I mentioned, that certain kind of trial versions are also available, just to give a look and feel that what exactly we can do with Power BI. Okay, so ultimately in the home page you will have an overview that certain kind of example, maybe environmental data, right? Dashboards, and then if you just check it out, guys, this will be all real time. Okay, so you can select the data sets of your interest, you can look towards any kind of filters, drag and drop, right? So here you will get the time analysis, right? You will get the quality data points over here with the fantastic plots. You can see, guys, all of you, right? Ph balance, ionic balance, right? So you can have certain kind of interactive means whenever I'm just moving my cursor, I'm getting the data also on that. Okay, it's not about like only the data has been shown as a static image. Okay, so you will have a data based on however you are moving your cursor for the same. You will get to know the pH as per the different number of sample with days, years, whatever the plan of actions you have for the same. If you want to select the matrix, if you want to showcase any specific condition, so you can have the full controls in you. Okay, so you have full control that what kind of samples I need to show, okay, what kind of filters I need to apply. So you can see that all of you, the data is getting updated over here, right? So the groundwater, if I just remove, again the data is getting updated over here. So according to that, the sample ID you can filter out, right? You can take the different solutions of your interest. So there's a drop down over here. Okay, so then you can even have a ionic balance kind of stuff you can see here. Guys, have a look. This is a dashboard in the sense that on the same screen, the one shot, you will get the data information in the form of like the Excel sheets kind of stuff, right? You can select from the drop down what kind of data you want to present, showcase, and below only you will get a different relevant plots which is you want to showcase and discuss for the same. So this is how the Power BI will help you to make your data interactive just by uploading your file formats, maybe an Excel sheet, CSV file, and then the Power BI itself suggests you that what kind of visualizations you can make for the same. The only thing is that you need to drag and drop accordingly. Okay, so if you want to make a full representation, guys, have a look. A full view you can do. Just how I have done that. You just need to click over here, focus mode. Okay, so then you will have the full representations, right? You can select the data sets of your interest for the same. Interesting, guys, getting all of you the point, right? So more you can deep dive, right? So I'm just stick with my time. So I will just share you one more thing, that what exactly we can do with Python now. Okay, just have a quick look, guys. um, yeah, over there. Yes, so I hope the screen is visible. It's loading, just a second. Yeah, so here you guys can see. So basically, this is a Python Google Colab environment. Okay, so Google Colab is something where the user or the programmer will start writing their script or the commands. Okay, so and it will be saved in IPYNB format. So what is IPYNB? IP stands for integrated, PY is Python. Okay, I is integrated and PY is Python, and NB is notebook, guys. Okay, so as we all have used notebooks, right, in our school days, college days, right, and I think nowadays also we are doing in some context, right? So notebook means what? A single line notebook, right? So what is that single line notebook? Have a look, guys. So if I just click on code, can you see that, all of you? Single line is get launched over here. Line by line coding I can do. So that is fantastic, right? And the next thing is that there is no need to generate, I mean, sit and just look for wondering where exactly I can write my code. You can quickly generate the code using Gemini. Yes. Okay. So AI agents are also there integrated, right? So you need to generate the code if you want, or else if you're taking any kind of script for the reference, you need to just quickly proceed ahead. Now have a look, guys. The data is all about over here. The data contain a batch, okay, temperature, humidity, okay, time, okay, maximum time, pH, impurities are there or not. So this is a one set of data just for the example, okay. And then if you want to do a quality control and quality assurance with this manufacturing data or the pharmaceutical data, it depends on your type of data what you're having. So this is what you can do. You just need to import the relevant packages, okay, pandas, numpy, okay, what is the count of your data? That is 1,000 count, okay, and in that what is the total number of columns I have with me? That is all about with the script over here, okay. So if you just run data.head or else df.head, it will represent your top rows and columns information. So if you want to do a data cleaning, because this is very much important step, right? So whenever you have any kind of raw data, metadata with you, it's really important to check the data. Is there any null values? Are there duplicates? Pre-processing need to be done. So Python will help you to do that. Simple codes you need to write, null, drop the duplicates, right? And then it will start describing your data. Okay. If it is any duplicates or nulls, it will just highlight in front of you. One thing which is called as the EDA. So EDA is nothing but the exploratory data analysis. So if you want to explore your data and if you want to do the analysis, so the only thing is that you need to take help of certain packages, matplotlib, plotly kind of packages are available. So you need to only call the data sets of your interest. So it is more personalized now. Okay, what I am interested, I need to visualize that. Nothing else I need more. Okay, this kind of manual data visualizations you can do based on your data, and this is the interactive, guys. The same thing which I've shown in the Power BI. Now you guys get a difference, right? So Power BI, there also I can do, Tableau also I can do, but with Python I can go more personalized with what I am interested with my data. Okay, without any kind of dependency with the commercializations. It's open source and free. The only thing is that you need to sit, do a trial and errors, and upgrade your skills, right? Auto EDA in the sense like how the dashboards were available right now, the example which I've shown you. So if I want to work with those kind of auto visualizations, so I need to take help of certain visualization to what you can say is the reports we can generate, right? And it will be get launched in the form of HTML. So I can directly view that HTML files on my web browser. Okay, so this is a quick things we can even do, and basically it will show you what kind of datas are there. Okay, and it will help you to show the representations with EDA. You can do the statistical QC reports analysis, right? You can even do the outlet detections in your data. Okay, you can understand any kind of t-test comparisons you want to do statistically, you want to deep dive with your research, you can do that. Okay, so Python will help you to make that kind of fantastic representations. You can work with the dashboards context, okay, where again a very interactive representations you can make like this. Okay, so ultimately you can view in the full screen, okay, and then you can have this interactive visualizations. Okay, you can zoom it with your data. Okay, and then you can have selections for the same, right? If you think that if you want to take a screenshots, go to home page, make the same representations. So all the things you can do accordingly. Okay, and as I mentioned that I think only 2 minutes I will take. If you want to show this if you want to show this kind of representations in dashboards, auto dashboards, so as I mentioned that we can generate the HTML page. Have a look, guys. Okay, so HTML page is from where I got this. This is from my Python environment. Okay, so you will have your data, you will get to know the associations in your data. Have a look, guys, all of you. So here is the data, left side corner, and the right side I will get the understanding about my data sets. Okay, so if you can click on that, okay, you can select 5 data sets, 15 data points, 30 data points, make an auto data points, right? So this is again interactive. Okay, so again the same stuff, humanity data. Okay, you can have, you can select the type of data, pH data if you want to understand. Okay, so automatically you will get below understanding about the data sets. So this kind of things you can do with association study, right? You can do with the Plotly, Python, and the dashboards what we have for the same. Okay, so I hope all of you get an overview for the same, and you got the clarity that what exactly we can do with the computational tools and the programming stuff by upgrading your skills for the same. Okay, so I hope that whatever I just try to convey from my end, you got an overview and a small glimpse with the demo point of view. Okay, so if you guys are really curious to know more, definitely you need to start from today itself. Okay, all the best to all of you, and thank you all of you for attending the live session. Okay, and being so interactive for the same. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your demos were really so interesting, and I personally love them, and I'm sure all of our attendees will also be say the same. It was truly fascinating. Thank you so much, ma'am, for showing us all of this.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I'm sure many of our viewers are surprised to see how modern QA/QC has evolved, right? It has gone ways beyond just paperwork, and it has moved into intelligent, data-driven decision making. So, this is exactly why employers today value candidates who actually understand digital quality workflows. So, now it's time to hear directly from you all. And if you have any questions related to QA/QC careers, regulatory affairs, salary growth, interviews, skill sets, or anything about today's demonstration, please post them in the live chat and we will be taking up those questions. So, I can see already questions are coming in. Yeah, so thank you, Nilofer ma'am, for staying back, and thank you, Vaishnavi ma'am, for joining us back for the Q&A session. So I'll quickly take up some questions. So yeah, so I have a question from Gokul Gopal. So he's saying that I have attended an interview. I hope that it's related to QA/QC and got selected as an apprentice trainee. I don't know whether it's worth joining or not. Vaishnavi ma'am, as an expert in this field, what will be your suggestion to him? Vaishnavi ma'am, are you able to hear me?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. Ma'am, there's a question which is there on the screen. It's from Gokul Gopal. So he's asking that whether it is worth
Hello.
to join an apprentice trainee. Okay, so by the time Vaishnavi ma'am is joining, yeah, Nilofer ma'am, will you like to guide him?
Yes, ma'am, sure. So I think if you have got selected, so first of all, congrats for the same. And the second thing I want to mention about, like based on the experience for the same, that whatever the opportunities you're getting, even as a trainer, trainee kind of stuff, as okay, or else any kind of intern for the same, so take that opportunity. Okay, because that opportunity will really help you to understand what is exactly happening in the real time situations, right? And that kind of maybe data you will get to analyze. Okay, those kind of experience you will upgrade you in yourself, right? So starting with, even with a very small level of exposure, that will even give you a clarity that how exactly I need to start with the specific roadmap. Okay, so ultimately that overall uh, understanding about the skills, data handling. So that will be a part of your learning, right? So here they will be expecting more about like how you are more open up with the discussions, how much confident you are, right? And if it is that so with your soft skills, and then you are taking your technical skills over here and you are starting as a trainee, I think you have to go ahead and take that experience for the same, because that experience you can apply for your next role, and that will again give you a good understanding that where I need to start my next career for the same. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. So I think Gopal, you got your answer. So next question I have from Praveen. He's saying that I have completed MSc Organic Chemistry. Can I work as a data analyst in a pharma company? Vaishnavi ma'am, are you there? Can you hear me? Dr. Vaishnavi, are you there? Okay, I think ma'am is trying to join. So till that time, yes, I think I can. I will be able to answer your question, Praveen. So definitely, as MSc Organic Chemistry, you can work as a data analyst in a pharma company. Okay, so your degree is not stopping you. What you have to do is, as we have discussed in today's webinar, you have to develop the required skill sets to make yourself marketable in the job market. Okay, your degree is perfectly right. You can join the pharma company as a data analyst as well, but you have to develop the skills which will be needed for being a data analyst, right? Remember, now everything is going digital, as Nilofer ma'am has just told you all in her session. So you need to develop those skills. Yeah. Uh, okay, so I can see many questions which are coming for QAQC. Thank you guys for posting. Yeah, Dr. Vaishnavi, are you there? Okay, so there's a question that we have here from Himanshu. Ma'am, I want to know where and how I can learn this technique. So I think you are asking about the digital tools. Yes, Nilofer ma'am, can you please guide him?
Yes, ma'am, sure. So the techniques which you are talking about, if it is related to the computational approaches, then definitely you need to start enrolling with certain coursework, certain kind of certification scores, right? Because what happened in the coursework and the certification scores, there will be mentors who will going to guide you, okay, and they will tell you that what is the importance about that approaches, right? How exactly you need to specifically upgrade your skills by moving one step to second. Okay, so that kind of personalized guidance you will have, right? So that is a good start to get enrolled with certain kind of course, because the course will have the standard curriculum with you. Okay, so if you are starting with something as a initial step, okay, so there is even chances that something new also you can learn with that course. So ultimately it will give you an exposure that how I have started, what I have learned. And the takeaway thing is that while learning and the upgrading my skills with the computational approaches, so definitely I can work with any kind of projects if you're planning in future, right? So ultimately that roadmap is get built for you if you take certain kind of course or the certifications for the same, right? And then the more thing is that if you want to like go with your personalized way you want to explore, then definitely we do have certain kind of articles, research papers available, where you can start understanding that what is exactly happening in the research field, right? What kind of new research is getting published with the quality analysis, quality control, which data they are targeting, how they are using the computational tool. So that is again one thing which you can take ahead. So these are the two platforms which you can start for the C. And all the best for the C. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Uh, Yeah, so I have a question. So these are two related questions that I can see on the screen, and I think many other students also might be having a similar question. So first question is from Aditi. She's saying, I want to ask, I have completed my MSc, but as a fresher, what skills I should learn or get training for 6 months, or directly should I go for interview? And I have another question from Soumya. So she is also asking, like, how should I apply for the trainee positions? Yes. So I think answer your question, Aditi. Uh, right now, the market is very competitive. There are a lot of competition going on. So it will be, instead of going to the interview directly, my suggestion will be that you first develop the required skills. Okay, so that's why Biotechnica is here. So today's webinar must have given you a clear idea what all skills are needed in this particular field. Okay, so just imagine if you have developed those skills, so how much ahead of the competition you can keep yourself, right? Nilofer ma'am, would you like to add something to this?
Yes, ma'am, sure. So if you are considering that you're from life science domain in a master's for the same, okay, or any other specific domain expertise. So as I think we have discussed in the presentation on the practical for the same, okay, stick with your domain expertise, okay, and then try to see that where you are going to integrate. So these are the only two things where you can start for your skills, okay. And I think as Tithi ma'am has mentioned for the same, like getting yourself expertise and then skilled in that, then only looking for the job will be very good for you, okay. Because even if you just check it out that if any requirements are there, right, so they will clearly mention that what exactly the skills they are looking for within the candidates. So if you think that okay, out of 5 skills I know 3 skills also, so I will tell you, don't stop yourself to give the interview. Go ahead and give the interview. Take the that kind of experience also. Don't think that okay, I don't know all 5. Okay, I don't know. I know only 2 skills. Okay, even go ahead and give that kind of interview if you're screening for the initial, what you can say is a resume screening kind of stuff. Okay, but to build your resume, definitely you need to work on your skills and getting yourself upgraded in that. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Very well said. Uh, so before we move on, I would just like to check. Dr. Vaishnavi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm able to hear. Yes, I'm there.
Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, we were waiting for you because there are some questions coming, especially from your domain. So, this question is from Shanmugam. After 2 to 3 years of experience as executive QA analyst, can I become a junior medical device lead auditor with certificates such as CDMA, ISO 13485, and ISO 14791? What will be your suggestion, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I would tell Shanmugam, yes, it is possible since you will be having a 2 to 3 years of experience as an executive QA analyst. You can have certain certifications, as you mentioned here, and going to medical devices as a lead auditor, you need to. It is not an easy task because you are an executive analyst. You need to go ahead with auditing related certificates with ASQ. There is one such thing. Medical devices related thing experience is required to that. So I would suggest that if you are in a pharmaceutical industry, it's better to have a shift again entry into medical device, then go ahead for this medical devices lead auditor with all such certificates.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Shanmugam, I think you got your answer. So I can see many students, like many of you are asking question regarding to colleges and institutes. So guys, I'm sorry, we cannot pick those questions right now because our topic of discussion is not that today. Maybe some other day if we are conducting some webinar related to that, that time will be, we can pick up your question. If you need some kind of personal assistant, like career counseling kind of thing from Biotechnica, so you can contact our toll-free number and we'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, but right now is not the place. Okay, so next question from Ramanan. Could you just tell me how now the immediate skills that I should have to attend an interview to be selected as the QA/QC trainee at certain company? Dr. Vaishnavi, what will be your suggestions?
Yes, ma'am. Ramanan, as I mentioned, I hope you have seen my slides and I have mentioned the information regarding the eligibility criteria and immediate skills. As a trainee, you should be familiar with the regulatory guidelines if it is you are in a QA, And if you are going to QC, you should have a familiarity with the HPLC systems, GC systems, GC gas chromatography systems, and how the good laboratory practices is being followed. This familiarity before entering into an interview might give you a good selection. Maybe the profile can be selected, and in interviews you should be able to speak very confidently that you know all these skills. That is very, very important. Rather than just seeing as a, I want to join as a trainee, it is not an easy task. So currently, as I mentioned, currently the entry level roles also require some skills to have a placement in one of the any of the pharmaceutical or medical devices industry.
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, ma'am, another question I have. So, this is from Moniha. She is asking, like, which department is better for career growth, QA or QC? I have seen a similar question earlier, some from other student also who has asked, like, which how to choose between QA or QC. So, ma'am, what will be your take on that?
Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Moniha. Okay, Moniha. So the department, what you choose is important is one is I would say QA, but QC is a lab oriented, process oriented, but here it is document oriented, where you will have be interacting with collaborating with different departments. But as a QA, you must know what is happening in QC. In quality control, what are different testings is happening. Most of the there will be an in IPQA, inter process QC control person will be there. He has to go and view. You should be able to in the level that you know all these testings. So that is important. So QA is the which major department can grow, where the main thing is documentations only, documentations, audits, and inspections, all these things. And QC, I hope somehow it is growing field, and there is also because the different systems, testings, and there is also growth in QC. The first is QA, the second is QC.
All right. So, guys, you got the answer from ma'am, but definitely before choosing a department, you check what is your interest.
Thank you,
Ma'am has
ma'am.
told you directly that QA is more of documentation, QC is more of doing the lab work. So, you decide where your passion lies, and on the basis of that, you can choose your career. No career is bad. Yeah. Okay, so I think we have taken most of the questions here. So there's another question that I definitely, this will be our last question, guys, because we have so much overextended. So I have a question from Vivek that I have done BSc Biotechnology, Chemistry, Microbiology. Now, how can I do an IT job? Sorry, I have done data analysis 8-month course. So again, Vivek, this platform is not for IT job, but definitely if you are interested in doing QA/QC, joining the department of QA/QC, whether it's in pharmaceutical, whether it's in medical devices, whether it's in food industry. So yes, I think Nilofer ma'am, with data analysis training and expertise, he will have a good chance in joining as in this department, right? QA/QC.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Definitely, I'm agree with you. And that is exactly where you need to pick up any specific domain based on the what expertise you have for the same. So because industry or else even the companies will have different uh, domains in their particular stuff. Okay, so you can join any one of the specific domain, healthcare domain, okay, microbiology domains, chemistry domains, drug discovery domain. Okay, so then you can explore about only data analysis part. Okay, because right now also we have a huge requirement of certain candidates who are the what you can say as the data analytics, data curators kind of stuff. So yes, you can proceed with that domain also. Yeah.
So thank you so much, ma'am. So and thank you to all the attendees for staying with us, and as well as for asking such interactive questions to all our experts. And definitely, it was very fun interacting with you all. So I hope today's discussion have helped answer many of your career related doubts. So throughout today's webinar, we discussed three important things. First, the opportunities available in QA/QC. Second thing we talked about was the skills the employers are actively looking for. And third, the practical digital tools that are becoming essential in modern pharmaceutical industries. So the obvious next question many students ask, or I'm sure many of you are thinking right now, is where can I learn all of this in a structured manner? That brings us to our final segment. So guys, I would like to tell you that Biotechnica is going to launch our QA/QC training program. So I'll quickly, one second, yeah. Okay. So Biotechnica is ready to launch our industry-ready QA/QC job training with project work experience. The batch starts from 10th of July. So we have gone through the requirement of the industry, and in our curriculum, we have tried to bridge that particular gap. So in our curriculum, we address all the life science related fields, okay, food technology, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, definitely, medical devices. Okay, so all these industries and like biologics, biology similars. So we have covered all these industries and we have curated our curriculum on QA/QC. Okay, and along with that, you saw a demo of Nilofer ma'am, right? So Nilofer ma'am also is going to be a mentor for this particular course, and she, along with our strong bio IT members, are going to tell you about the tools. Okay, so just a small demonstration that ma'am showed you today. So in our classes, you are going to learn from scratch, like how to work with these tools. Okay, and definitely those experiences when you show in your resume, that will be like keeping you way ahead from the competition. And along with that, we will also you'll also have the chance to work on projects, okay, where you can gain experience of applying all the knowledges that you will learn here, and that can be shown as your experience as well while going for a job. Okay, so our new batch begins at 10th of July, and if today's webinar has inspired you to pursue a career in QA/QC, this is the perfect opportunity to start building industry ready skills. So for further details regarding the course, please feel free to call our toll free number or check out the course in Biotechnica stores. Now, as I told you that we for to all the attendees who will be specially there till the end, so we have a gift for you all. So I would request our technical team. Can you please share the link in the comment section so that our attendees can download the handbook? Thank you. Thank you so much. So guys, you can go to the link and download the QA/QC career guide that will have all the information that you need for this particular for starting your career in this particular field. So this brings us to the end of today's webinar. I would like to sincerely thank our wonderful speakers, Dr. Vaishnavi Babu and Dr. Nilofer Shaikh, for sharing their valuable insights and practical knowledge with all of us. Thank you very much, madams. And definitely,
Thank you,
I would
ma'am.
like
Thank you all.
And I would like to extend my heartfelt thank you to every participant who joined us live on Biotechnica, Pharmanica, and Rasainika. So your enthusiastic participation throughout the session, sending us with your thoughtful questions and active engagement has made today's session truly meaningful. So remember, a successful QA/QC career is not built on an academic knowledge alone. It is built through continuous learning, practical exposure, digital skills, and the confidence to adapt to changing industry needs. So we hope today's webinar has given you a clear roadmap towards achieving that goal. If you found today's session useful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channels so that you never miss our upcoming webinars, career guidance sessions, and industry-focused training programs. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, keep learning, and we look forward to meeting you again in our upcoming sessions. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.